Ada Lassies, good people here. I'm really excited to be here at the community garden for this really amazing opportunity to collaborate. And before the people who are involved talk about what they're doing and this exciting project, I just want to say that it's an honor to be able to have our community bed that we already host here in this space, and then to be able to be planting these potatoes in the traditional homelands of the Tontaquan, where those indigenous people heralded and took care of this land for generations. And now as Ketchikan people, whether or not we're Haida, Tlingit, Tsimshian, Norwegian, whatever walk of life we come from, we come together and we're able to herald and take care of that as good stewards of the land. And so one of those ways we do that is by finding ways to make sure that people are taken care of in their spirit and nourished with good food. And I think that's one of the things that they're doing here, is nourishing with good food. So I'm going to sing a blessing song, and this song I'm going to sing is just because we're getting ready to plant these Haida potatoes, and we want everything that comes from this to be healing to the people who eat it, healing to those who are working in this space, and to bring everybody just into a sense of community in which everybody is the same as each other, that we're all lifting each other up through our actions. And the song that I'm going to sing was composed by Vernon Williams. It's the Haida song. He's Kunlanis from Masset, Haida Gwai. And it's a song that's actually sung not necessarily as a blessing, but a song that you would sing at the very beginning of the day, when there are no mistakes in your day, when the dew has just landed on all the plants and everything is ripe and ready for growing. So everything is ready to blossom into something really good and healthy. And so I think it's a perfect song to sing today in this space with all these beautiful growing things. Well, KIC goes ahead and does one of the many projects that they will do that involve working with our hands and taking care of our people through food. So this is the song. Ayo hoa hie ala he aya ala we hey you ya hey ayo ala I know my grandmother's going to have an opportunity, maybe Dolores Churchill at some point, to tell some stories, but she was relating one of her stories about potatoes, and she said that they used to go and harvest the potatoes at Kiusta on Haida Gwai, and then they would take those potatoes and they would travel by canoe to Sitka, and then they would trade with the Sitka people and the Russians for those potatoes, and then at the same time the Haidas would trade their canoes with the Tlingit people in that area. And so it was just one of the many stories that she had about them, but this was one of, you know, remembering people talking about going out to this old village site, harvesting a bunch of these potatoes that are really kind of unique, and then bringing them as a trade item that got traded with Russia, and then also went back into the beautiful history that the Haida people have of being boat builders and trading their boats with our neighbors. And so now I'm going to turn it over to the people whose star of the show it is. This is the Community Gardens, and I want to turn this over to the people who are involved doing this, because I just came to participate. So
let's get dirty.
Let's get Lynn in.
Yeah. My understanding, Abby, is we want to plant these sprouts horizontally, right? Yeah. So typically with European potatoes, we would go up because those are potatoes that climb and we want a hill. But these, the Haida potatoes, you want to put them on their side. Super duper fragile here. These are heritage potatoes. They do not come from seed. They are handed down. So your relatives, generations gone by, have nursed these year-round, brought them to different fish camps, dug them again in the fall, stored them carefully, very carefully over the winter so they didn't rot and had some variety to their diets. And then they replanted them in the summertime. And they were traded, and they were a backbone to the native diet.
And just speaking from like a plant perspective, what's cool about these is you can let potatoes go to seed just like you would let anything else go to seed, and then you would plant the seed, but it wouldn't be true to the mother plant or the mother potato because it's been cross-pollinated and had other things. But when you save the tubers this way and they're handed down and saved generation after generation, it's the same, essentially the same potato. It's all from the same mother plant, and they're genetically the same as that potato that came up who knows when.
So you're virtually sitting at a table with your ancestors sharing potatoes. These roots that in turn grow the potatoes are going to spread this way versus where we would keep hilling them on the vertically grown tomatoes. So I've lined up these marks here, and so what we want to do is go ahead and get you all to work on both sides or however you want to do it, and you can go ahead and do the middle too.
Good morning, my name is Ketchikan. I am a Tsimshian Raven. My grandfather was Haida, and we are happy here at Victim Services to bring our team and help plant these seeds that were gifted from Canada, where our ancestors used to trade and bring good relations to our relatives up north in Sitka. What we do in Harvesting for Healing, a closed group for our victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, crime victims, is we will be bringing them here to plant, and we integrate our traditions from Tlingit, Haida, Tsimshian through storytelling and activities. Our ancestors would go through the seasons and do our songs, our stories, work together, all the generations, the young, the old, the babies, to heal. And so this is what we work to heal our victims at KIC Social Services. And with this garden, it will bring much healing. And we thank you for bringing this gift all the way from Canada. And it will be blessing many lives and many future generations, the 7 generations in the future. So Hala and Ketchikan Community.
So I'm Sadie Barajas, and I work for KIC Social Services, and I'm taking care of our garden bed down here at the Ketchikan Community Gardens. And we have selected different vegetables and herbs that we've planted in here. We come and water about 3 times a week, and we just love watching everything pop up and grow. And our plan actually is to be able to harvest some of this produce at the end of the season and put it in our food pantry. We operate one of those as a same-day service down at our office for clients, and we just love the idea that we're going to be able to harvest some of this fresh produce and give it out to recipients of the food pantry. This garden has also been a really great way for staff to be able to connect and get outside and just be working with our hands. And we hope in the future that people will also be able to bring down clients and use this as a healing space to be together, be outside. And when we got the opportunity to plant some Haida potatoes, We were so excited just to be able to begin a seed vault for future generations and just experiment with planting this super unique potato variety.
My name is Keenan Sanderson. I'm the Indigenous Food Sovereignty Specialist for KIC in the Cultural Resources Department. And just like everybody today who spoke on the planting of these Haida potatoes, it's really exciting to see something like this going forward with, you know, having potatoes that are genetically identical to those who that have been planted hundreds of years ago, where our ancestors took the time and energy to make food for themselves and those around them. It allows for a broader diversity of food to be eaten by our people. Within Ketchikan alone, we are experiencing population declines of king salmon in the Chinook River, or translated into the Unic River, a few miles north of town here, or Hugh Smith Lake, or otherwise known as Boca de Quadra. Sockeye populations have been dwindling for as long as I can remember. I don't have the exact data on it, but deer populations on this island and Gavina Island, herring populations, especially here around Ketchikan, they haven't been what they used to be. So being able to plant these potatoes is something that's, while it's small right now, we're hoping that it can come into something bigger so that we can be more sustaining for our people. So the overall point is that we are creating food security with this project.
My name is Riley Boss. I work as a domestic violence specialist here in Sonia.
We want to show you a little bit about the healing aspect of what we do for our Harvesting for Healing group. Here we have a flute I made from Alaskan cedar and our drum, and we're here to play a song for you that's meant for healing.
Yes.
You signed up to water, you've got to check these beds.
Yep. Check the beds, yep. And report back when you see something. No cheating, no digging, we can tell. No peeking, we gotta have faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to wait.
2 weeks, they'll be out.
2 weeks, Abby? Oh, 2
Wow.
weeks. There you go.